Yeah, yeah, ay, yeah, yeah. Too tough, Betty, let Medusa. Trust her, she my fool, yeah. I can't be no loser. Suited up, I might just be out of luck. Nigga, I've been in a rush. I ain't never give a fuck. Yeah, laugh it up. Ask them if they mad or what. Wonder if they fuck with us. I don't think they fuck with us. Yeah, move along. Every day a different song. Live alone, you die alone. Fucking with my metronome. Ay, yeah, they try too hard, don't need pay attention to my phone. Bitch, I feel like Buddha, I be spitting knowledge off the dome. But I'm young, slowly cooling, bullets sitting on my throne. Bitch, I be up in space, you cannot take me on my zone. Mama always worries, she be praying, hope I'm next up. Gotta take care of the fam, so I know that I can fuck up. You can't be the man if you never earn no trust. Know that they are doubting me, but I'll just say so. Whoa, life keep testing me, bitch, what's next for me? Bitch, I got the recipe, on top like sesame. Whoa, hope they listening. Bump this when you missing me. I'm in the holy trinity. Wait a second and you see too tough, Betty, let Medusa. Trust her, she my fool, yeah. I can't be no loser. Suited up, I might just be out of luck. Nigga, I've been in a rush. I ain't never give a fuck. Yeah, laugh it up. Ask them if they mad or what. Wonder if they fuck with us. I don't think they fuck with us. Yeah, move along. Every day a different song. Live alone, you die alone. Fucking with my metronome. Ay.
Peace, this is the God Mathematics, and that is
Rod, a.k.a. Get Fitty.
And we are
The Hangout.
One of our brothers is no longer here with us. I usually would say, shout out to my man, Woody Wood, a.k.a. Spazer, a.k.a. the man on the couch, a.k.a. the Puerto Rican Ed McMahon. Usually that's what I would say, but tonight, this will be the first episode that we do not have our brother, not just here, but not here in our presence no more, you know? So we're going to take a moment of silence to recognize our brother, Woody Wood, a.k.a. Spazer. We put the light back there like the Twin Towers just to like represent where he will usually be when he was here. So we're going to take a moment of silence for our man, Woody Wood. Yo, for the people who don't know who Woody was or who Woody still will always be to me, you know, we're going to talk about that brother tonight. But before we get into, you know, our show, we're going to do this show a little bit different. We want to first introduce our guest tonight, man. He was a friend of Woody's. We met him through Woody. His name is Fresh. So let's get a round of applause for Fresh.
Appreciate y'all having me here. Appreciate y'all having me here, for real. And I won't be here if it wasn't for Woody. So definitely got to give it back to Woody, for real.
All right.
Yeah, so... you know, tonight is going to be about Woody. Tonight is going to be about, you know, different situations he was a part of. My history with him when I was a kid. Also, just the things that he was doing in these recent times, which was only like 6 or 7 months in actuality, you know. We're going to talk about that. We're going to get into other things later in the show, but we wanted to devote the early part of our show to my man, Woody Wood. So, you know, for the people who may not know Woody's story, Woody is a person who grew up on Havelmeyer and South 3rd, if I'm correct. That was his early residence. He lived in a place that he was able to see the trains normally. And that's how he gets into Graff. One of his early partners was a person by the name of, I forgot the person name. Vern or Cern, I forgot, is in somewhere in that realm. But he started writing with this person first. He explored New York City, bombing with other individuals such as AMK, B5B, and other crews, KED, stuff like that. He also had a crew called Chud. I do not know what Chud stands for. I will find out what it stands for. Tomorrow, his services is happening at Ortiz Funeral Home. I forgot the exact address, but it's also on Havelmeyer. It is off the J train and Marcy Avenue. You just walk up about 1 or 2 blocks and make a right on Grand Street or on Havelmeyer. It's right around the corner from the first turn. That's happening tomorrow between the hours of 4 and 8 p.m. So whoever's watching, we will be deep at Ortiz Funeral Home, supporting Woody's friends, family, and colleagues. Again, I met Woody when I was a young graph writer coming up in Williamsburg. Woody would do a lot of our books. You wanted a Spazer or EMP2 in your book. A lot of writers, Woody was like the rite of passage for graph. A lot of people, he taught a lot of people how to like really, how to do the skill and art form. And basically a lot of young dudes around the way came to Woody to learn the culture of graffiti. So that I was one of those people. I'm one of those people who came inside that dynamic. So later in life, I was hustling, and Woody was a person who used to come to the crib on a regular basis and cop. No, it wasn't crack. No, it wasn't dope. He was copping bud for me on a regular basis, high amounts. I don't remember for Fed reasons. So, I'm just admitting this because there's a podcast that he spoke on, and they bleeped out the part that he mentions what he was coming to my crib for. A lot of people probably assumed the worst, but it was bud. It was the statute of limitations is far gone, so there's no need to even stress that, and it's legal in New York these days. But that's what it was. That's it. He also designed my first album cover that never came out. Yeah.
All right.
Crazy shit.
Crazy.
I more likely than not still have that album cover.
That's crazy.
So
that's crazy.
In the recent time, within the past 6, 7, 8 months, he came back into the atmosphere, and his goal, what he asked me to do, is help him to get his art out there. And that's when he comes into the presence of my man Get Fed Records.
Yeah.
So, you know, in the short time that, you know, you knew Woody,
yeah,
what was your feeling and how did How was your interaction with him?
My interaction with Woody was always genuine. And Woody, and what I noticed from Woody was he didn't give me a handshake. He gave me a hug. He said, I'm a hugger. So I expected that from Woody, like, all right. And he let you know what's on his mind, what's going on, things like that. And, and if he seen something in you, he would push it. He like, yo, that's what it is. Yo, I know a little something, but that sounds like it's going to be something good. I'm like, all right. Sometimes we just sit there, shoot the breeze. And, pass the conversations about life sometimes. And you just be like, it'd be funny sometimes because, Woody looks at the funny side of certain things. So that's my take on him, yeah. He was always a genuine dude with me, definitely. Always a genuine dude. And always tell me, yo, your son's going to make it. I'm telling you. I'm like, all right, I got you. So, definitely. I miss Woody, definitely. Definitely.
Do you have any funny stories of your exchanges? Any funny story that came from any of your exchanges with Woody? Is this something that you will always remember about him or a situation?
Funny exchanges. Oh man, that's kind of hard because we always. That everything was just fun going. Like it wasn't. Everything was just fun with him. Definitely, it wasn't just one time. It was all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm saying though. Like, let me give an example.
Got you.
Because this is a podcast, and I don't want it to be the only person talking. The fact of we couldn't say his name, Woody, on air on at a point because we was pausing everything, and both of y'all had names that we had to say.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying this is like your memory.
I hear that one.
But I'm just saying, like, the question was caught off guard. It wasn't something we planned or anything. But I'm just saying, like, I can name a few. Yeah. That one for me was a funny situation in the aspect of we was getting on him about his name being Woody Wood, and we was saying pause on his name, and then he was like, "Well, yours name." He said it, he's the one that said it, but your name is a pause name too. Yep. You know what I mean? So like that's what I mean. Yeah, definitely. I could name a few of funny moments. Woody to me was very funny. I think and funny situations always was happening. I guess I was around him probably the most in a personal aspect. Since you let me say this.
Okay.
My man Fresh was his barber.
Yeah.
And the reason why Fresh is here is because Woody was the person that really brought his name up all the time. The fact that he rapped all the time. He made sure, as I said last night, whoever I didn't notice, he made sure that I noticed. And your name was one of them names that he always spoke about. I know you have some Woody moments. First, let me know how you even met the God.
Yeah.
I met Woody, man, like I was saying earlier, Woody's been around, like he's been my client before they turned into like family, you know what I'm saying? Like when I get a new person come to my barber chair, like we business, but then it turns into family because at the end of the day, Woody was one of those people that he came to my shop too, and it was just barbering, you know what I'm saying? But he would also express. It's funny because just before everything happened, I think like a couple months, like in the summertime, he was having trouble with his car. Remember the Toyota he had? Man, that was his like Cadillac right there. You know what I mean? I see him pull up past the barber shop. So it was cool, man. But I remember him telling me about a couple things. Like he got into a little minor accident on the road.
Yeah.
Hit the bumper, side swipe, or anything like that. So he's in a barber chair, and I'm cutting his hair. And he's telling me, yo, man, like it hit my car. I gotta pay down. Like, it's already hard. I got other things. And then, he will also open up to his family as well. He will also, talk to me about his sons. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Word. So I was his son's barbers too, man.
That's up.
But Woody's been like, and he was, he always kept telling me, yo, I fuck with you, baby. I fuck with you. You know how you talk. You know how sometimes. I guess like it's like because I see how he is with like not like different people like act, but it's a personality of him, a relationship that he has with each other. So when I hear y'all talk about Woody, like I'm listening to the stories. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to know more about this guy. Because this guy right here, I just want to tell him about music just recently. But I've been doing music since I was a kid, but like I never really continued.
Gotcha.
So when I did a recent one, is when I shared with Woody, and he heard it, and that's when it all up. Well, you do this? I do this. I'm like, yeah, man, like, get me into one of those shows. I love to do. He was like, you really like to do open mic and all that? I'm like, yeah, man. I've done it a long time. I already wanted to go back to doing that. So, I just shared a couple interactions with Woody, but for barbering for me is I was homeless, 17 years old, about to graduate high school. So my backstory on that is that was my way of survival. I would be up on the subway trains, and that's a fact. Like I was only surviving off of Sycamore bars or even getting off of credit, wearing the same clothes. It's trash. It's bad. So barbering was my way out. If I can just give me I don't even care about the money at first. I was just like, give me like $5 at least. Give me something so I can buy me a sandwich. To my friends and family at that time, and that's a whole nother backstory. But most barbers, they cut hair to make a living out of it, which I am making a living. However, the mindset I'm saying, like they just cut fast, like they don't put detail. And I'm a person of detail. I'm old school, classic barber. I ain't with the whole paint, Beijing and all that. Nah, man.
No hairlines for nobody.
Yeah, like
I'm putting a new beard on you.
I mean, I have clients that be asking for that, but they don't want to, compensate. And I'm like,
that's the man version of front lace weaves. Definitely right now.
Fact though.
Definitely. But yeah, that barber, that's really something. Definitely.
Right.
So, what you call it? How did you wind up performing at what event we just did recently that you performed at?
The What You Sound Like.
How did you get involved in What You Sound Like event?
Right. Wait, all right, so what do you, since I showed him my recent one, or not my recent track I did, because I was like really excited. I was getting into the studio. Shout out to my bro, Tricks producer, and Aston Dollars. You know what I'm saying? They the one, especially Tricks, he does music, he makes his beats and whatnot. So, I always keep, especially my brother, shout out to him, Mikey. You feel what I'm saying? But I was really excited. I've been sleeping on this one instrumental. And I'm not really thinking about the money. I'm not even thinking about the whole, just do it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Just live your life. That's how I view things. So I'm sleeping on this instrumental. Shout out to my brother who gave me that. I was so excited he's on it. He's also an influence in my life that I see him doing it with release parties. You feel what I'm saying? In performing shows and going out and putting his music on iTunes. You feel what I'm saying? Like these different steps. And even I got to meet yesterday. Shout out to Kim King.
Oh, yeah.
His performance.
Shout out.
Wait, sidebar, pardon stuff. Don't want to cut your wisdom. Shout out to Sosa. Sosa's one of the people that's watching the live. He said, rest in peace, Woody Wood.
Oh,
not to cut your wisdom, but, the chat talk.
Chat talk. Yeah, definitely.
Big fact. So, a recent song, I showed him, I was excited, and then I know Woody will do art. You know what I'm saying? I've seen his art. I even bought 2 of his shirts. It was a picture of the train, and I love that train picture because it's real authentic and whatnot, and it was real. He was telling me everything he does is all authentic. He picks up, even a picture I seen at the What You Sound Like event. I was like, yo, wait, I want that. He was like, That's not for sale. That's not for sale, baby. That's You can have the Godzilla one over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
that one right there. Nah,
oh
fine.
man,
Nah,
I was
fine,
like,
not that
yeah.
one.
He was like, yo, that right there, that's about like 1,000 plus. That's not, nah, that's all different types of stickers, all different from different worlds, different.
Oh, you wanted that piece.
I
I
wanted
know.
that. You remember that piece?
Yo,
Oh,
so
man.
did he give you the explanation on how he came up with that piece?
Nah,
He
I
gave
ain't
me
know
that.
piece.
He
Nah.
gave me. That's the piece that caught my eye, and that's the first time I actually asked about a piece. Like, how did he come about doing it?
He said, like I said, it was just different stickers that he just picked up, or even whether it be stickers or something. It was a picture that caught his attention, and he just made it into a whole collage, like a whole. But that's what he just said. Like literally, each and every one of those images that was on the art, it's all that he just. It'd be near a garbage can. He didn't give a care. He just take it.
That's why I had to ask you, because Woody is. The more I learned about Woody, the more I learned that he was very. Each relationship had its own glossary.
Right.
Each relationship had its own definitions. You know, so he told me how he made that piece. And the way that he made the piece was he was high on cocaine. I'm saying this true story. He just told me the other day at that event. He said, I was high on cocaine. And I was saying none of those stickers came from the correct way. They was all on the wall or on different surfaces. Yeah. And he scratched each individual one, he said, for hours, all the way into the morning time. That is how that piece came to be. And the reason why I'm saying that is one of me and the guard's connection was he really liked a show I did called Style by Poverty. And one of the episodes I did on Style by Poverty was called Snow Beach. And it was about my addiction to cocaine. And he liked the fact that I spoke candidly about being addicted to sniffing cocaine. And so I guess that would be my assumption in saying that that's why he said how he came up with that piece. You know what I mean? Shout out to Woody. Here's a piece that he left me too, just for everybody to see.
That's fire.
I still have this. I have a few pieces. I have one in the office that has taken on a different meaning now.
Yeah.
Right? I don't even want to speak about that. But I am. It's content. It's content. It's positive content. So today is about Woody. So
definitely.
I'm going to speak about it. If he was still here, I probably wouldn't have. But he's not here no more. So I think the piece is a dope piece because it's two forms of skeletons. One is Skeletor and one is the Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper represents death. And he has his hand on Skeletor's like upper shoulder, and it says friends on the Grim Reaper's arm. So it just kind of just bugged me out because I didn't even notice that I had a Woody piece actually hanging in the office. And I actually remembered when he gave me the piece. He didn't give me this particular piece like, here, this is for you. He had multiple pieces and he asked me to choose which one I wanted. And I chose that one. Of course, it has Skeletor on it. Why not?
Right.
He-Man, one of the greatest cartoons that was ever made.
You don't know.
Point blank.
You don't know.
Point blank. Top 5 at least. Top 5 at least. So The
I was
piece.
stuck watching that back in the early '90s over the old cable boxes. You know,
Are you over 35?
I'm 33.
Okay, you close.
You close to it.
You might have seen the reruns.
Yes,
You might have
exactly.
seen the reruns.
Yeah, I got to
Cartoon Networks.
Man, I was always looking forward to
Reruns.
seeing cartoons at that late. Hear my great grandmother like, Edward, go to bed now. Like, oh, okay, grandma. And he was like sneaking and Skeletor. Like, well,
She still saw the light coming out the room, brother.
Yeah,
But-
He-Man was like my favorite, one of my favorite cartoons. I'm not gonna lie to you. And now in retrospect, it's kind of weird because he's running around in like animal skin, looking wrestlish. Kind of zesty, in modern times. But
With the purplish shorts.
for the kids of that time,
He was-
everybody fucked with the cartoon.
Yes.
The cartoon was crazy. Skeletor, He-Man, Manny Faces.
Yeah.
I just watched like the whole like. I probably watched like 5 seasons of it,
Dang.
of the original one, which was
Originals are always dope.
it was type
Originals are
dope,
always
man.
dope.
Yeah.
I'm going to say
Always
this.
dope.
I spoke about He-Man on another podcast, and not to like divert our shit from Woody though, but if I'm not mistaken, what I said in the podcast is, if you watch the original He-Mans,
What he's
the
doing.
original He-Mans ain't for suckers. Ain't no zesty shit
Nah.
happening in He-Man. He-Man was pro,
Yo,
I'm gonna get him.
what's the word? It was pro heterosexual.
Yeah.
It was heterosexual. It was like very a man's man, pause. But you know what I'm talking about. It was nothing, no zesty, no undercover innuendos. It was
None of that.
It was no Arco name
Doing
wasn't
crazy-
Vanity.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, they try to sneak that shit into the
Exactly.
Smurfs. But yeah,
didn't work
He-Man, if you wanna like make sure you feeding your son like some real shit, you need to go back to some of those old cartoons,
Old
because back in the
cartoons.
days,
Word.
that shit really wasn't like that.
Yeah,
You had some undercover situations that they try to throw at you, but not too often. Not in He-Man.
Nah, He-Man was always on go. So that's how you know.
I don't remember that shit in G.I. Joe either.
Oh, nah.
There was my
It didn't go
Kumo
down to
D.
G.I. Joe.
There was no Kumo D. Joe. If you know what I'm talking about. What movie
Joe.
is that?
No Ayo Joe, Kumo D Joe.
What's the movie with Ramo? B Street.
Oh, B Street.
And Kumo D is in B Street.
I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. Like,
He don't know nothing about that one.
you put it on, and I would catch on to it. But as a child, so you gotta see. I want to bring it back a little bit. See, this is what happened.
Well, let me just say this. B Street, there's a line that Kumo D says, my G.I. Joe went from G.I. Joe to G.I. Gay.
Yeah.
No
Yo,
offense to
word.
that community. It was in
just a
B
line
Street.
that was
Calm
there.
It was
down.
in B Street.
Yes.
I mean, I never was here. Nah, for real, my mom's had passed away and whatnot, so I didn't really have much interest. My father was far away. You know what I'm saying? Didn't really get to spend time, so I only spent time a lot of times with my great grandmother because she raised me, and I went through some other trauma past that. Like my childhood was very different, but when I listened to these cartoons and I was looking at these cartoons back and it was as a young adult, that was my escape. You know what I'm saying? That's why I
that
enjoy.
world.
So I know Skeletor. So those were my favorite joints, and the He-Man joint, like those were my favorite joints because I did feel like since I didn't have my dad, I feel like these old cartoons is what makes me more of like this the picture. This is what we're supposed to be like. Even though it's a fantasy cartoon, a hero and all that good stuff, but
At that time,
I
it
did.
was
This is
the idea
you know what I'm
of
saying?
a man.
I wasn't only around my great grandmother. Again, my immediate people that were raising me was my aunt. You know, my aunt Michelle, my great grandma Frances. You know what I mean? So that she was my guardian, and my grandmother Frances. You feel what I'm saying? So those are the immediate, and they were women. They were all connections to my mother. They're women. You feel me? So imagine I'm the only one right now. I mean, you know, shout out to my aunt too, and she just had a baby. So my great grandma had a whole house full of all of us in there. So, point is, there was a bunch of women. So now I'm by myself. You know, women are emotional sometimes. You know, it's like
They gonna be watching this. They gonna
so
understand how you feel.
we never really had communication. It was. I'm telling you, what I'm trying to tell y'all is that the childhood, like, I was escaping the world from everything. I didn't have interest over, but I would like. It's so bad that I really so multiple times failed my history. I swear to you in love. I mean, I put on my history essay test. Who was the president? I couldn't tell you. Why are we doing this? Why we need to know that? I need to know about the future, how to survive for the future, not about the past. Like I don't understand the past. I wasn't wanting to hear it. It just took me to go back to Washington D.C. where there was a museum, a whole history museum. They don't tell us. They don't put this in textbooks. They only put a little bit, and they also put in for different type. Like it's a program. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So go into this museum and history. My aunt said it to me the most. Edwin, like, because I'm into history now. I'm into like how things are being created, and it's because of people in the past. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, bro, all that cartoon stuff. There's maybe a few topics right now. I don't know shit.
Oh, we was indulgent. I let the guard go to Pluto real quick. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie to you. It's content. It's content.
Yeah.
I let the guard float off for a sec. You know what I mean?
Well, he's good.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Good though.
While he was talking,
we was gathering.
I was in my mind tap dancing to the new jazz hit. I don't know what was going on. I was in another world just now, but I heard everything he said, and I get what he said. Mm-hmm. But we hanging out. It's Friday. Shout out to Woody Wood, man. He what this all about, and that's why we here, man. Yes, that's why we here.
At the table.
I gotta throw something out there too. Woody Wood was working very hard these last 6, 7, 8 months to get his work out there. Mm-hmm. So if you want to check out any of Woody's interviews outside of the Hangout, because he's on probably 8 episodes out of the 12. In retrospect, now I kind of understand why. But if you want to check out old episodes of Woody on the Hangout, it's on S.STREET Media YouTube channel. Yes. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you comment on every episode that he's on.
Yes.
If you're not commenting, throwing the W's up and shit like that,
throw the love.
Make sure you shout out Woody Wood on any episode that he's on. But he's on about 8 episodes of the Hangout. Also, he's on an episode of the Sit Down with Mr. 13. Mm-hmm. He has an episode with him where he goes into his history. I kind of try to regurgitate some of his history. I kind of fucked up. I was getting high. I had it kind of on cap before drugs. After drugs, the cap was lost.
I really wanted to say if Woody was here right now.
Real quick, pardon self. I'm sorry for cutting you, but we really have people who's communicating while we're going. Sosa, we see you.
We see you, bro.
We see you. Shout out to 1718 Sosa.
Sosa, and what about the other 2 people in the room with us? What's up?
Yeah, whoever else in the room. Throw a motherfucking doves like my man Sosa threw up in the chat for Woody Wood. Throw up the W's for Woody Wood. Back to you, girl. My bad.
Now I was just going to say that if Woody was here right now, I'd be like, yo, Woody, cocaine is one hell of a drug to feel, right? Okay, one hell of a drug, but yo, shout out to Woody for real.
Yeah, shout out to my man Woody, man.
Shine a light on him.
But he was on the sit down he was on the sit down with Mr. 13. There's an episode there. So make sure you go to Made for Kings on YouTube. Support my man Made for Kings, Chris. AKA Mr. 13. My bad. I blew you up, Chris. My bad. But we're gonna go into Chris a little bit later about the Vandal Hour. Not gonna go into that right now.
He was on here with us. Yeah.
He was also on another episode He was also on another podcast called Kerry's Corner.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout out to Kerry's Corner, also S.STREET Media family. That happened at DTF Radio. He had an interview where he displayed his clothing and his art. He actually designed some stuff for Kerry personally. He also he designed a few pieces for Kerry. One of those pieces Kerry actually rocked at the mayor's office, I believe, or City Hall. He rocked that piece during his visit to the mayor's office or City Hall. We have a lot of footage of Woody. If you want to see him, like his opinions, what he was talking about, the brother was to me like a Jesus type. Even though I'm not saying like he was without sin, no. I mean like he was just that person. Like I can't see him getting mad. It was almost, it was one of those. It was one of those. I can't imagine. It's like imagining Michael Jackson shitting. You know what I mean? It's very hard. Certain things you just can't imagine.
Like, you don't want to imagine this stuff.
You know what I mean?
I can't see it.
Yeah, like your parents having sex.
I can't see it.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Not really something that you could really picture. You know, the Knicks winning a championship before you die.
I never saw it.
I can't even imagine it these days.
I tried to see it.
I can't imagine it. When I imagine it, it becomes like I'm on a desert island and it's a hallucination.
It gets further
I'm
away.
thirsty for water, pause, and it just disappears when I get close. Like I just fall into it like an Abbott and Costello film.
That's big facts.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, yeah, man, Woody Wood.
Yeah, for real.
So yeah, our brother's not here. His services again will be held at Ortiz Funeral Home in the south side of Williamsburg. Take the J or M train to Marcy. Sidebar from that.
Gotcha.
Dealing with Woody. He was also on the news, or was supposed to be on the news. I don't know if it made the news or not. I know the news was at the function that he was at. But his last, the day before he passes, he was actually displaying his art. So, which was dope. You know what I mean? Dope. The fact that, you know, he was in his motion.
Yeah.
Till he wasn't in motion. You dig? So
stay moving.
Yeah. He also designed Kem King's single
cover,
or album or EP cover.
EP cover, yeah.
Love.
The same one that
the pink one that was up there.
The pink one.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what was it? You and Mine. You and Mine. Something like that was the song called.
You and Mine. Yeah. That's the single.
The single.
The single, but he did the cover
pink
for
cover.
the EP. Yeah. I think
it says Catch a Vibe.
Love.
Yeah.
No, it says Can You Vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the name of the EP. So he co-designed that with Kem King. I'm trying to think of other places where his art is at that it might be. Also, he worked for in some capacity, Big Yellow Bastard, some shit like that, and another fucking shit. Nas brother shit with Jungle. And I forgot to write it down. So yeah,
couple of things out there.
He created. Never was a dull moment where Woody wasn't putting in that twerk. You know, in these, especially in these last 6 to 8 months. So, you know, shout out to the guard, man.
Yeah, just want to feedback on Woody and just how gave me, you know, he got me here, you know, to meet you guys and you know, coming to the episode of the podcast and whatnot. Again, shout out to S.STREET Media and shout out to, you know, for him in the spot right now for real. Like, I'm about to go into deep thought, but just again, feedback on Woody. Again, it was just a barber. I was just his barber. You know what I'm saying? And the little time I got to spend, we chop it up. I give him a haircut. It was fly. He kept on going. What I respected about him was the fact that he would tell me all these things, all the events that he's going to, all the art that he's putting out there, all the you know, advertisement, just putting himself out there in general, just living, doing what he does best. You feel what I'm saying? I respected that. And when he told me about coming to that event to perform, you know, for him to call me the next day, and this is what it got me the most, because he calls me the next day, and he says to me, "I slept on you. Just want to let you know that I slept on you. You know, you did great. I know you showed me some of your old songs." And that meant a lot, because that's another side of Woody outside of barbering, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I got to see another personality, because he been always telling me about these art stuff, but we never got to a connection. We never got into that we on the same type of frequency that I'm on, that we can connect. And then as soon as I came up with this new song is where, "You want to perform?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I does performance and all." Like, he was like, "Word?" I went to one of the events out in Brooklyn. That's why, and I went out
2 Prince Street. He came to. He actually came to 2 Prince Street.
Yeah, and I seen the open mic there with those guys, and it was incredible. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, like, Woody, when I showed him the material and I showed him excited, he made it happen for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Made it happen here. Period.
That's what's up.
And he wanted to see me how I perform. I guess he wanted to have myself be there, so I can meet you guys. You know what I'm saying? Meet everybody else and connect with it. And because that was another thing about Woody. Like, you're right. I can't see that man mad. There's times that he would call me, "Yo, can I get a haircut today?" I'm like, "Woody, I'm a little busy, bro. I'm sorry. I don't know if I can fit you in." "All right, don't worry about it, baby. Don't worry about it. Next time. I see you next." You know what I'm saying? I see. And he kept his promise. He ain't going on the other barber.
That's what's up.
So he calls me up that day and tells me he slept on me and everything's we're gonna make it happen. Wednesday it was a follow-up call, and then I didn't find out until Thursday. So it's like a beginning of even a much more close relationship, family. And he got to see me. He met my pops. That was my first time my pops seeing me perform. Met my pops. He was like, "Yo, your dad and I, we come from the same school." I'm like, "Yeah, I went to MS 135." That's not the school we talking about.
He talking about old school. He talking about the old school.
Talking about right. That school outside street school. He been there. I'm like, wow. So
that's what it is.
Woody was like, he was filled with wisdom, you know, and some.
Gotcha.
And shout out to him again. So we here right now because of him and putting everything together. You know, first person he introduced me to was you, Matt. Remember that? Definitely. First person. Like, he was like, I really want you to meet Mathematic. I'm like, who?
I smoke a lot of weed. So I meet so many people. I do remember meeting you that day though.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
Can I be honest?
You was so you. My memory is like an elephant. So I could actually break down that interaction a lot in detail. Yeah.
Tell it. Go on. Tell it.
Yeah, because you definitely accused me of stealing Woody's marker.
Nah, I didn't accuse you, bro.
And I did not even touch the marker. And he came to me like, "Yo, you got the marker." I'm like, "No, I don't." I checked myself. I'm like this. I thought I did. He had me really
and you convinced that you had the lighter.
Yeah, I did.
You had the marker.
So after searching myself for about 5 minutes,
wait, hold on.
I'm like,
"What are you talking about?"
I said, "God, I wasn't even around you." Did you write this out?
Yeah, I wasn't even around you.
I wasn't even around you. How did I get the marker? Oh, I don't got the marker. It hit me like, I don't got the marker.
Got the marker.
So yeah, that was my one of my interactions with you that day.
I'll be honest, man. I'm so sorry about that because he comes up to me after. He was like, "Oh yeah, I got the marker." I was like, "Where? Where did you get the marker? What was it?" And when we were stressing out, matter of fact, I don't think he likes it. He was like, "Don't worry about him. Don't worry about him, man. He's probably he probably hiding some shit. Don't worry about him." Like,
don't worry about him.
He had it. That sound like I had it moment.
I had it. My bad.
It was in my pocket all the time. Yo,
For sure.
because like that was my first thought, and that's why I'm like, damn, did I go on autopilot and I really did give it to mathematics? Like I don't remember. So because it was literally
I
my
was
first
so
thought.
high that I searched myself.
The thing about the marker was when I was got to use the bathroom and whatnot, he gives you the marker. He's like, I need you to go ahead, tack up on the wall. I'm like, huh? Tack up on the wall? I didn't know. But then when I saw everything, I was like, wow. And I didn't know it, but I wound up tagging right where he tagged up on the door. Back in the door. So I said, and I showed him, he was like, yeah. And I even got the picture to this day. But my first thought, as soon as I left, was to give it to mathematics. While I was about to get some, you know what I'm saying, the good, you know what I'm saying, apple juice, you know what I'm saying? So I really thought of, and mathematics was so tight, bro. He even came up.
Tight. No, I wasn't
I
tight.
thought he came up because he came up to me.
No,
I guess it was loud.
He more confused.
No, I wasn't tight. I was more
Perplex.
the word was I was more now I know that I didn't have it. What's the word? I was more assured now that I didn't have it.
You came up to me. You came up to me so fast, bro. You came up to me so fast. But like, why would you think I have the marker? I was like, bro, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so blue right now. Like, damn.
When he first said it, me being an ex-graffiti writer,
You thought you would have.
I automatically thought I had it. So I looked. I'm like automatically like this.
It was one of them klepto moments.
And I'm going
Did
for
I have
like
it?
5 minutes. I'm searching myself, and then it hits me. I'm like, I wasn't even next to this guy.
Yo, dude,
That's the weed. It hit me
hit you
later.
later.
I'm like, I said, I wasn't even next to this guy. So that's what made me go to you. Like, yo, God,
I have it.
what made you think that I have the marker?
Right.
I wasn't even next to you.
right.
That was my attitude. It wasn't I wasn't. You must have didn't see me turn green. I'm Jekyll and Hyde.
Oh, man.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not. You would never feel that energy. Like if you feel that energy, you would definitely be like, yo, you was mad.
So what happened was when Woody wanted me to get to meet you. You know what I'm saying? He was very adamant. He was very like family. I felt that. I was like, oh, that's family. All right. He was like, I mean, you meet other people. I need you to meet this guy, right? This is my childhood friend. Mathematics. So it was like, yo, I don't want to make it. I don't want to be a, you know what I'm saying, like, who the hell is this guy?
Bad first impression on it.
Word, like, who's this person? Yo, get him out of here, please. Like, security. Like, I didn't want.
So it was like that.
Nah, I didn't. You know what I'm saying?
You see him walk around with bodyguards.
Nah, it's just the point is, like, I want to be that person. Like, yo, I want that person to come back here again. I don't want that. That's because of the bad impression.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a person who ride off of vibes. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a Virgo. I say that proudly. Shout out to all the Virgos in the world.
In the world,
so
Craig.
I'm a Virgo, and so I have somebody. I want to say the fancy word. I am particular. No, that's not the fancy word. What's the word when you only eat the same food and they like he's picky? Yeah, I'm picky, but there's another word for it. It's in that same realm. I'm high. I'm doing a podcast. I smoke weed and forget words, but I'm trying to do a podcast. Yeah, but I'm in the chat. If you know the word, finicky might be the word.
Yeah, finicky. Yeah.
I'm finicky, and I say that admittedly, I'm finicky, and what I mean by that is I'm like a cat. Pause. Take that back.
What?
Big I'm like a lion. I'm like a lion.
Manly lion. A manly lion. I'm a manly lion.
No, not the cowardly lion.
Word.
Yeah.
Get
But
the
no,
beards
so,
up out of here.
So I'm
do some dancing
finicky.
Lion King or some shit, yeah.
I'm finicky, right?
Yeah.
And so if the energy is not like a certain way, I'm kind of like not the person to talk to. If money ain't rolling in, I'm definitely not the person not to talk to. You know what I mean?
Yo, mathematic,
If-
that was the
only time-
impression,
the only-
bro.
The
That's what I'm
only,
saying. That was
the
the
only
impression.
time you see me happy if like we paid for the spot and the money came back an hour of us being there.
That'll
And I
be
already
definitely
made the
happy.
money back. Then I'm like this. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah, the Soul Train line walking through the crowd. What
I'm
up,
like,
y'all?
high five. Yeah. Yeah.
Have
Right.
another drink.
Yeah.
I feel on that.
Quarter waters for everybody. Quarter waters for everybody.
Everybody, any flavor you want.
Yeah, that's me.
That's it.
That's me when the money's coming in. Usually, that's not happening. So I'm usually like this. Conversation, and that night I was stressed out. I'm
man.
not going to say why. It had nothing to do with none of the people who was there. It had to do with people that wasn't there. No, what's the sound for that?
There you go.
Yeah.
Where they at? Where they at?
That was one of those. So I was stressed out, man. I'm always stressed out, but I was extremely stressed out. Kind of had a breakdown back then. Not afraid to say it, but yeah, I was that night. I really didn't want to talk to anyone. So yeah, so I probably had that energy of not really being communicative, approachable. Yeah, I definitely was in that mode that day.
Zone.
So my bad. But again,
Good. You ain't
Nah, but
good.
once I got
like
the
to
dab,
admit-
once
I
I
like
got the dab, like you said, after I performed and whatnot, man, you gave me the dab. I was like, oh, he
good?
He good. He good. Are we good? All right,
yeah,
we good.
we
the
good.
person was there. That's what.
They showed out. They finally got there.
The person made it there. That's what happened. The person made it there. So that was at least one. You heard? So ain't no we're not gonna make that content.
That's so good.
We're not gonna make that content.
So good.
Positive energy always corrects
time.
errors.
Definitely.
Positive energy always corrects errors.
Definitely.
So yeah, that's what it is. Let's speak about. We're gonna keep it in house tonight because we're doing a few things. Shout out to Kim King.
Yes. Shout
we
out
had
to
an
my
event
man
last
Kim
night.
King.
That I hosted and actually helped him put together.
Which that was fire. For my
Yeah.
first time experience, I mean, especially me getting into music now. When I seen Cam King and they even make it to the source, I was like, wow, make it to the source, like. I'm getting familiar with these things, so shout out to him for real.
Yeah.
Shout out to his whole team in the back of him to making it happen. Together, you feel me? And that was the first time we seen something like that, where you go to a spot and
Don't blow it up. Don't blow it up.
Blow it up.
but they would have to go to a spot to go perform. You know what I'm saying?
I'm fucking with you. But no, I am serious.
That's that business shit. Yeah, I'm
But-
serious though.
You feel me? Like it was dope. It was so dope. So dope. Oh man.
We all good. We good. Not that part. Not that part. We good.
Yes sir. Yes sir.
Last night was a dope
Yeah.
night,
Dope
man.
night.
Even other artists in there too that popped up with him.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
True Luxury,
yes.
man.
True
True luxury.
Luxury.
Shout out to them. Also, shout out to It's Sue.
It's Sue.
Shout out to her.
Yes, it's always a pleasure
Yeah,
hearing her
intros
sing.
is
boy.
always crazy.
Definitely.
Who else performed last night? Anya LaBella,
Anya
man.
LaBella.
Shout out to Anya LaBella, man.
That's it.
I'm surprised she's not on our live because she's usually tapped into shit that we're doing.
Probably sleeping.
Yeah, that's I'm not gonna lie to you. The spot was fly.
Yeah.
A lot of dope vibes. The people that came, it wasn't 300 motherfuckers. It was more like 30.
Yeah.
But when you got 300, at least 298 of them is fake anyway.
All the time.
So I'd rather have a tight 30 than a dissimulated, motherfucking foul, satanic, luciferic 298.
That's
Big
it.
fact. Spartans.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know, and
That's
I'm
it,
not
Spartans.
religious. I'm not
That's it.
religious. But these demons out here is crazy.
That's it.
Nah,
And
that's
the
big
bigger
facts.
the
Demons out
number, the bigger the shit and wonder.
Praying on your downfall.
Yeah, that's a fact though.
Definitely,
That's
boy.
a fact though. But it was, the environment was dope.
Yes.
I loved everyone that came through, man. I conversated more than usual.
Everyone.
You know why?
Mm-hmm.
You know why I talked yesterday? I was talking to everybody yesterday. We talked to, shout out to Danny.
Yeah, shout out.
Danny thought Malcolm Little wasn't Malcolm X's real name.
Oh, man. You had to teach him his...
And let me just say this, not to be colorish. We don't color bang over here. No Crips,
no
no Bloods,
Crayola,
no whites, no blacks.
No
none of
Crayola
that shit.
killers over here.
But the white guy tried to tell me that Malcolm Little wasn't Malcolm X's real name. And he didn't argue me down that pause. He just really stood stern in his failure to know the truth.
His schoolage. That's what it was. That's what he learned in school.
Yeah. And what's crazy is, you know, I wasn't going to Google shit. If I didn't know Malcolm X's real name and this white guy didn't know, I would look like an idiot. So I didn't even.
I'm an idiot. I don't even know that shit.
I walked away when I got. I was turning green. I was turning green.
Because he was...
Bruce
There
Banner
it goes.
was about to turn green. So when I felt that energy, I just walked away. We had Kim King's event, and it was over some bullshit. It was over some bullshit.
It's some bullshit.
But I hate when someone is totally wrong and they don't know that they're totally wrong, and then you trying to debate me in not knowing. And you can just Google that shit.
Exactly.
And his white counterpart, who was also there, I'm not, we don't color bang, we don't color bang. I chilled with everybody. I moved and grooved with everybody. It was groovy Q with me. But his friend was like, no, guy, I read the book too. His name is Malcolm Little. If this was 1984, I would have gave him a high five.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But this ain't those days.
Nope.
So I just
Nodded.
Right.
There you go.
and that's it. And the dude apologized. He said he's human. We make mistakes, and that's a fact. So we don't take things personal like that. And after the fact, he kicked it with us later.
Of course.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I wasn't too much into his conversation.
I think we was trying to ditch him on that.
Word.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I wasn't. I tried to listen for a little bit.
A little
I was gonna say
A little bit.
I was hoping for some wit,
Hey, yo.
but I just try to listen for a little bit.
Yeah.
And no lie to you, you know, when people are intoxicated and I'm not,
Boy, it's a whole different
it's a
story.
different story. I can't handle. It sounds like a Charlie Brown teacher. That's a fact, though, man. That's a fact, though. I can't. I can't. You know, I can't. So, I shook. I left Rod out there. I'm not gonna lie to you.
And I knew he was gonna leave me. I was like, he about to bounce. He grabbed his stuff and did the turn. I was like, damn, he didn't even wait for me. And then the dude
Got
stepped in
moved.
between both of us and still
Got
trying. I'm like,
moved.
oh, you left me out. You didn't
watch
say come
Seinfeld?
on.
You ever watch the Seinfeld about that? There's a Seinfeld
man.
episode about that. Like, yo, you left me. Why did you leave me? Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. He was going off. And let me say, shout out to Danny.
Shout out.
We may meet again in life. He's cool with Cam, I'm assuming. So, but I'm not gonna lie to you. His narrative wasn't listenable.
Nah.
I'm tired of hearing these Sade, Erica Badu. And I'm talking about who will be the male version of Erica Badu, Lauryn Hill? What will be?
Oh man.
Dr. Sebi.
Man.
I'm tired of these Dr. Sebi, Talib Kweli,
The holistic.
Most Def, holistic, going to the health food store.
You live
That's
off-
really a weed spot. Ass niggas.
Live off the
And pardon
land,
me for
ass
saying
niggas.
that word, because I've been trying to not curse on you.
Yeah, we.
But I
try
come from
not
a
to.
cursing home. But yeah,
From the street.
he was talking that shit.
Yeah,
And when he was talking about his art that he was selling,
Boy.
the story for each piece
Boy.
was enough for me to say peace out. I gotta go. It's cold.
Yo, he jetted on me.
No lie to you.
Gone.
I spent on him like a crip. On
Man.
a side block with his ops.
Side block with our
That's how much I slid.
He
I'm
snake.
out of here.
I turned around, he was gone.
I'm out of here.
Oh.
But he was good dude.
Yeah.
Good dude. Nothing wrong with him. But I'm just tired of these artists that are not capitalists. I guess I'm not an artist.
Nah.
I'm not an artist because I'm a capitalist.
The way he tried to put out his art was like, this is the currency of my currency. I'm like, hold on, this guy is crazy. How he do that?
He said, I'm not going to tell you.
No.
But yeah, his intro, his intro was like groundbreaking. Like either you gonna be friends with him or you're gonna get away from him. It was either or.
Either or.
It was either or. You know what's funny? These days, the way people greet other people is so weird.
Yeah.
What you mean by
Like, hey, I'm Richard and I'm gay. All right?
Why you gotta put your sexual
I don't get that
before
one.
anything? Like,
I don't get that one. My name is oh no, this is the females. My name is Susie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pansexual.
Uh-huh.
I'm like,
I didn't ask for
I'm
that.
like, I'd rather you say I'm Susie and I'm a good person.
There you go.
Right.
I'd rather you
if it's
say
gonna
I'm-
sound like some freaking robotic shit, like
I'd
yeah.
rather you say I'm Susie and I could educate the world.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather you say I'm Bill and I help the children.
Yeah.
But your sexuality being
A title?
right. Like,
Yeah.
for
Nah, that's
what?
not
They
good.
ask you for
No.
that. Y'all
Nobody
watch
wanna be
the
a doctor no
Equalizer?
more.
No, never ever done.
Did y'all get to see the new
I'm not a
Equalizer?
doctor no more.
Which equalizer you're talking
Part
about?
3 that came out.
Oh, the
the
new
scene
one?
where he gets a new shorty.
Nah, I
You
didn't.
talking about the Denzel one?
Yeah, the
'Cause
new
if you
one.
was
The new
talking
one.
about
The old school.
Queen Latifah.
Nah,
I was about to
I'm
run
talking
out of here.
Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington. Nah, hell no. I'm talking about Denzel Washington.
Okay.
You mean
That's
stunt
cool.
stunt doubles?
Nah,
That was
yeah.
crazy,
Nah.
man. It's like watching Set It Off
Again.
about crime.
About stopping crime.
She's a detective and Set It Off. I'm not feeling that, but you
Not
talking
feeling
about the movie
The
Denzel
movie.
Washington
Denzel
one,
Washington.
Yes.
which is a good one.
Yes.
I like
the good
that
one.
I didn't see 3. I saw 1 and 2.
Oh damn.
Three's gonna come
You
around.
could sport a plot. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's
Sidebar. We're about to blow it up. If you didn't see Equalizer 3,
That's it. Spoiler right now.
spoiler alert.
That's it.
Turn the
Nah, so you were talking about with women, you know, it's what they were saying. Like, yeah, I totally agree. Like, the chick says in the movie, asks him Denzel Washington, character name and all that good stuff. And you know what she says? Who cooks for you? He was like, myself. But like, who cooks for you at home? It's like, I don't got nobody at home. I just cook for me. She's like, I would love to cook something for you. You see, you hear that conversation versus the robotic shit that we hear? So that's what I'm wondering.
Oh, that shit.
Oh, that is true.
That is true.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's the new come on.
I am a robot.
Yeah.
I am a robot. And what I mean by that is, it's in this field.
Yeah.
I'm just on this particular field. Let's be specific.
Oh, you said it right.
In the field of the peas.
Mm-hmm.
You understand. If you know, you know. Mm-hmm. In the world of the Romeos, the Don Juans, the Casanovas, the Rakes. Hey. The Rakes. You know what a rake is?
Nah, you gotta tell me.
Nigga who bone a lot of bitches in classical times.
Pretty Ricky.
I'm dead ass.
Bunch of pretty Rickies.
True story. The nigga is a rake and the bitch is a hoe.
That's it. 304s.
YouTube, please don't ban our episode. Please don't ban our episode. We'll be good. We'll be good. We'll be good.
For the rest of the show.
Coming back to Kim King, what I also admire about that whole event is you get to see these artists and even himself to perform as authentic as possible. A lot of artists spit over or rap over their material, and then sometimes it's kind of like hard to understand what that person is saying because you got the live mic and you're not lip syncing. You got the whole background.
Yeah. What song you like best from Kim King?
I don't really got all the names, but because
what was the vibe of the song?
For YouTube, that's the one I heard. I didn't get to hear all Me and Mine.
Oh yeah, I like Me and Mine. Co-produced by co-written by Exile, if I'm not mistaken. That's that and Four Seasons is my shit. Four Seasons when the star aligns.
Yeah, I like that one.
Align, that one.
I think I like that 3-time.
You like the freak song?
Yeah. Had the old lady going too.
He liked the freak. The old lady definitely.
The old lady. I think her brow was gonna shoot up to the stage.
Yeah. She was definitely,
you was definitely in the way.
She was about to sling some drawers. She was about to sling some drawers.
All the innuendos was on her side.
Let me say this. I don't. As I said, I don't like to watch male R&B singers.
That's why, right?
That is whack. That is whack. I don't want to see Joe. I don't want to see Darnell Jones. I don't want to see Maxwell, which I did see with Nas in concert.
Okay.
With my ex-girlfriend. The Nas was the only factor of me going. And the fact that I was going to plug tune in after Maxwell.
Well, that's what you got to do sometimes.
So
the sacrifice.
I didn't go with my homeboy to see Jodeci.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Nah.
I feel bad because I did go with my cousin back in the days to see Jodeci, but Father MC was there.
All right.
Maybe J. Blige was there.
You had rappers.
Yeah.
Had rappers.
But I'm not gonna lie to you. Jodeci did it.
They did their thing.
Jodeci has, in my younger years, Jodeci helped me get a lot of scoring.
Go!
It was a lot of
100
going on.
That's it.
Come and talk to me, pause.
Yeah, man.
Super pause on that title. Super pause on that title. You didn't hear me say that.
Nah.
That was a ghost. That was my AI. I'm not math.
That's it.
I'm math 1. That was math 2. Yeah.
He's in the other
Come
camera.
and talk to me. Big pit of the doors.
Yeah,
Did it
man.
again. That was a tick. That song got me my first girlfriend who might be my first girlfriend in high school. She might be watching. That was the class
It might be
that she approached me. I have no game. Going back to that. Oh yeah, the P thing. I have no game.
No game.
So what made it say even go into that? I don't have game. It's just some women understand my story. It's a Nas line. It's a Nas line. It's a Nas line. What was he talking about that made us talk about?
The freak songs.
You chose the freak song.
Yeah, and he had me and mine, and you was with the Four Seasons. And
Yeah,
then
but that wasn't-
the old lady throwing the bras out there.
Yeah, that's what it
That was
was.
the craziness.
Yo, I was gonna say.
And like everybody was looking at her like, oh, she talking like that. Like
I was gonna say, man.
What a
He
rip.
made it happen
Made it happen.
again.
Yeah.
We said in the early
Before,
episodes, Jaws was flying.
Yep.
I was ducking, doing a little scam on him. Like,
Well, hold up. Wait a
Cam
minute.
got him.
He got him again.
Cam got him. And let me just say this. It was a pleasure working and still working with Cam King.
How long y'all been working together?
1 month.
1 month.
Yeah, we did a lot in 1 month. Shout out to my work ethic.
Street Media Campaign.
Shout out to Cam King who made the source also, man.
Yes.
You heard, I made that happen. If you're looking to be in the source, not in the source, but the source.
The source.
If you want to be on the source website, talk to me, man. Talk to me. If your shit is whack, you could keep that.
And don't come back.
I only promote fly shit. Word is bond. I can't push baking soda
No.
in North Carolina in the crack hood.
Right.
That's like a blood banging in Long Beach. It can't happen. And pardon me, YouTube. I was just saying a joke.
This is only a joke.
We don't gang bang here. This is New York City. Yeah. What
So
we
do
talk
you
about?
are you his manager or?
Oh no! So I just do media campaigns.
Media campaigns,
So what
yeah.
my goal is to do is when you approach me, because I was about to do a pause moment.
Oh yeah.
But when you approach me, I take you further than a place than you are at the time when you approached me. My goal is to get attention on you. Hold on, you're going to say amen after these ones. My goal is to get your attention.
Amen.
My goal is for the people to see you.
Amen.
My goal is for you to get the gold.
Amen.
My goal is for you to touch the paper and not be in school.
Amen.
That's what I do.
That's what he does.
That's fire.
Can we get an amen?
Yes. Amen.
To the congregation.
Let him
So-
sing.
To the
Like-
congregation.
I mean, being on this podcast here, like, just we talk about some stories, we talking about experience, we talking about like what we speaking the word into the future. I'm gonna just get to know y'all. Like, you worked with Kim King for about a month, and it seems like y'all been working for like a year.
I just met Kim King within the last 2 months.
Yeah.
It might have been less.
Because even with Woody, when I went to that event, finally made it to it. He was excited to see. He introduced me to Kim King, Anya. You know what I'm saying? And these two, he was like, these two right here, we working with. I'm like, word. He was like, I want y'all to get connected. I want y'all to get close. That's what he said to me. I want y'all to get close. So all right, Woody, all right, no problem. Because again, I'm getting into music, so
Wait, time out. That's a half a pause.
Go ahead.
Laugh over shit. He
trying to figure it out. He's like, hold on, wait, which
what
one?
did I say? Wait,
Nah, you
all right,
good.
hold
Go
on.
ahead.
So, get connection with Kim and I and them. Like, now it became more like immediate, like family. And that's what we got to continue to do. I know Woody, he was pushing it. I heard so much that he kept talking about me. I didn't expect that man to talk a lot about me. I didn't hear all that. But I was like, wow, It means a lot. That really does mean a lot. I mean, besides my family was always gonna have my back, support me. You go, and cheer me on. But here's somebody that's just from my barber chair. That was a relationship. Just go ahead. What you want? Same thing. You know how we do.
Make me look good.
Make me look good.
There you go.
Skin fade. That's how we do. And with the beard, the beard. You can't touch the beard.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? He grew out this beard. He did it on his own, but like I did shave over the beard. Go ahead, Ed. It's okay, Ed. It's all right, Ed. It's all good. I
let it grow out.
I'm gonna let it grow out. It's all right. Like, but you could tell. I'm like, damn. I'm so sorry, bro. It's okay. It's okay. So, in a short period of time, I'm just getting to know each and every one of y'all. And Woody's even, and Grace and Woody again to continue this bond that we're building. And I'm gonna be honest with I have materials, but like it's not yet. It's nothing. What Cam King did is also inspiration for me to do my own too. He did a video. I'm like, Drew, I see the video. That video was fire. I don't even think I dropped yet, right?
That video was crazy.
Yeah.
That video didn't drop yet, right?
Nah, that video was crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Look, it looked.
You had to be there to see it.
It
You had to be there to
looks
experience
like
it. You know what I'm saying?
quality.
Yeah.
It wasn't ready yet, but I could see when it's ready.
Right.
Yeah,
It had that look. It's gonna
Yeah.
definitely have that
The
look.
Indian Albie Shore. That's what we.
Hey.
The Indian Albie Shore is definitely going to be
In the
motion.
building. In the building.
He's going to be he's going to be in motion.
Definitely.
There's a lot of shit happening in the world, man. I'm going to transition. I don't want to transition because we could talk about Woody all night. Again, his wake is tomorrow at Otis Funeral Home on Havelmeyer. You take the J train or M train to Marcy Avenue. It's about 1 or 2 blocks away. It's from 4 to 8 p.m. Make sure if you have, I'm not gonna say make sure. If you have any time, if you had a relationship with the brother, pull up, man.
Word.
Pull up. It's going to be the tribe there, as I like to call us, a tribe called Blessed. Will be there.
Amen.
So pull up and come through with some positive energy. We definitely need it. The family needs it. Again, my condolences to the family and real friends, his inner circle, who truly was with him more than I ever was. Yeah. Those are the people who, if I felt the way I felt, and I'm not gonna lie to you, shit made me cry for like 2 days, man. I have family past that didn't make me feel that way. So, yeah, that was my road dog, my comrade, my second amigo. You know what I mean? On Fridays, man, he came through, as he would say, to light me up,
Okay, pa, roll up.
He was here on Fridays to do the Hangout, and that's later. That's probably like a month or 2 of him chilling with me already before we do the Hangout. He was supposed to start the Vandal Hour with me last Sunday. And he was supposed to be one of the hosts on the Vandal Hour. By the way, the Vandal Hour is starting this Sunday. We are back for our 9th season.
This is fire.
Yeah, I'm not playing with him. I'm not going to lie to you. Our first guest, I don't know. I'm just going to show the flyer. I'm just going to show the flyer. But if you into graph, if you're a graffiti writer, I'm going to have /FTR in the building, man. My comrade who comes to our events, his family is deeper than rap, is deeper than vandalism, it's real shit. He will be in the building. I also have Royal the Rama will be one of the guests also. We're going back to the old format of the Vandal Hour. hip hop, graph artists. Me, my man, Mr. 13 will be hosting.
Yeah.
We got a new set. We're still building our set, but we're gonna have some new things on the set. Tap in. Our Instagram is going bananas. We have 20.1 thousand followers.
Yeah.
Don't play with me. Smack your bitch. You know my motto. I'm gonna make a shirt like that.
That's it.
Don't play with me. Smack your bitch. So
Yeah,
yeah,
when you
the
get picked
Vandal
out,
Hour
I definitely want one of those.
yeah, the Vandal Hour is not playing with these fools. We've been in these internet streets for a long time.
Pause.
Shout out, yeah, big P on the big P on the piddles. Shout out to Lazarus, who actually says in these internet streets. I stole that from Lazarus. I am not a person who steals from my brothers.
Nope.
I steal from other side of the world. Legitly.
Over there.
I still legit.
Right.
I
Over the
still
ring, over the bridge,
legitly.
over the, you know,
I
over the
make
seas.
sure it's an artist who's nowhere near me when I steal it, and they ain't my friend.
They not in the same area.
Yeah, that would be wrong.
That would be
copyright infringement. Anything else is uncivilized.
That's not good.
So yeah,
back in the days, what we call a biting. Pause.
yeah, what was I just talking about just now? I just lost the chain of thought again. What made me?
we was going.
You started doing the Vandal Hour.
Oh no, the
and all
Vandal
that.
Hour.
Yeah.
So we're back on Sundays. Yo, you know it's bad when nobody remembers what we just talked about. That is weed at its
Tell
highest
everybody.
form. When they say in school about smoking weed and
Was
the
that their
symptoms
son?
that
They'll do
might
drugs?
come from smoking weed, they talk about all this stuff. They're telling the truth.
Later on.
They're telling the truth. Short-term memory, all that stuff. They're not lying. I thought when I was smoking my fifth blunt and I saw a commercial, this is your brain on drugs. Any questions? I should have raised my hand. Fact though. I should have raised my hand. Because the bud has fucked up some brain cells. I don't know if I got to eat carrots or popcorn, whatever. But son got
It's the new bud. It's the new bud. Pause.
I don't know, man. I can't remember yesterday.
That's that.
You know what I mean?
Quick question. Not to get off subject, but I honestly, really want to talk about this real
I
fast.
forgot what I was going to talk about. Now I'm focused.
What's your feedback? What was your feedback on the song I did? Like your thoughts. What was your feedback on
You did 2 songs.
Right.
The songs was, I'm not going to lie to you. You had the people hype. They was motherfucking, definitely, our whole crowd was supporting everything. You was interactive with your audience. You wasn't scared.
Nah.
You was very confident in what you was doing. I will say that, you gotta also focus on your delivery, because when you're hype and you're doing all that stuff,
You're rushing.
you gotta have enough breath control to deliver your shit.
That's why I wind up chopping.
It's like boxing.
Yeah.
It's like
Right.
boxing.
Practice.
I wound up
And you
choking
all-
up. I wound up choking up. Remember that? I wound up choking up at that second song, and that was based off of my mom's and whatnot. I wound up choking up on that one, but the turnaround after that was interesting, because I mean it's when people fall like that, you gotta learn how to get it back up. Like you said, it's boxing.
Of course.
So big facts. I appreciate you on that.
So breath control is very important,
Right.
when it comes to doing music, and that's breath control. Big piddles. I had to even say
You gotta rewind it. Rewind 3 times.
that was a bad one. Big piddles.
We
man.
good though.
So it's definitely definitely got to be able to not run out of wind.
Yeah.
That shit sound weird. That's not a pause.
That's not a pause.
Nah, it's the truth though. It's definitely the
No,
truth.
it's not a pause. It's a cringe. Run away from when?
Wait.
Yeah, but it's true
You
though.
47
Definitely
years
true.
old, so I
Like-
don't even think the young people
Hell
even know
no.
what, the
What-
fuck
what-
we're talking about.
What we're talking about is
talking
definitely
about
about
farts.
EP. What it's saying, like the whole EP situation. Like I don't even got. I got stuff that I already have done or about to get started. Some new material. So, you know, for the next events, definitely pull up. You know, if I have some events, I invite you guys to do whatever events. Keep.
Oh, we
pulling
not
in.
ending yet. We good. Let me ask you a question though.
Yeah, what's up?
If you could name your EP, 3 titles.
Yeah.
Give me 3 titles
Mm-hmm.
off the top of your head. Pause. Off the top of the mind that you would use as a title. And this don't got to be the titles that you're going to actually use. But if you could just think off the top of your head 3 things that 3 titles that you would use for your first album, what comes to you?
That's a very good question. I was actually thinking about that today too at the barbershop because now I'm over here wanting to do new projects and can actually get real material, beats and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like ownership. I got most of my instrumentals off of YouTube or a few that send me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care because I heard about that as a market
Don't
joint.
do that no more. Don't mess with the YouTube beats.
Yeah.
The young people do. I'm not gonna say that
Yeah.
you did anything wrong. That's not nothing wrong with that. But this is some free advice. YouTube beats is a lot of times they're licensing them to multiple people. That's why you hear the same beat on like 20 different drill songs.
That makes sense, right?
So you gotta, if I was you, my advice would be that you go to a producer for the low, you know what I mean? Let them know what your budget is.
Yep.
And work with them from that point. And let me say that there are a lot of producers that are not big-headed, blown up, exaggerated
Pause.
prices, trying to beat people in the head. There's a lot of people who are coming up just like you, who are trying to
They got
get
some fire beats.
trying
word.
to get their groove on.
Word.
And so that's the people you need to work with. Shout out to my man Clip Smoke.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to
Shout out.
COD,
Shout out.
another dope producer. Shout out to my man Jiggy Ja. He don't let nobody hear his beats. I heard some, but he's also a dope producer. But that's like some of the people that I would recommend you working with.
You know, it's so dope too when Woody told me come to these events. A lot from yesterday at Kim King's joint. I've done network with so many other artists and producers and like, you know what I'm saying?
That's what it's about.
That's what it's all about. Like,
Yeah,
that's
you
so
come
dope.
out, you
That was
do
so
what you
dope,
do.
man.
You show love, and the networking is forever. That's the name of the game, brother.
Yes, sir.
You know, you get out there, you perform, you sing your song, but you do 7 minutes of that, and what else you doing after that? You networking, brother. You networking and get yourself known. Do what you got to do. Definitely, that's what we do at these events.
Yeah, man. Like I was a type of person, a kid growing up. I went to even asylum. I ain't gonna hold you. That's the true talk. After my mom's passed away, I went to one of those crazy house asylums. It was bad. You know what I'm saying? It's dark. Batman status. You know what I'm saying? Bruce Wayne. You feel me?
We good.
So, but when it keeps to music though, like I said, music is where I decided to take my stories and express it. And there's so much more that I like my great grandmother always said to me, closed mouth don't get fed.
Got you.
So I was always a person, like I ain't say nothing. I was quiet.
That's why I came up with the title of my label. Get
Word.
fed.
Get fed. That's fire, by the way.
Got you.
But nah, for sure. You gonna see more, man. You gonna see more. Y'all gonna see more. I hope you enjoy it. I'm actually performing the recent song I did.
Yeah.
I'm gonna perform it tomorrow.
And you're performing
But
that
in honor-
the
in honor-
algorithm also, right?
You got the algorithm.
Yes, sir.
You're
On the
performing
25th.
Yes,
at
the
also.
algorithm.
Shout out to my man Fresh. He's also will be there. The performance performing at the algorithm. The algorithm is happening on October 25th, 2023 at Karma Lounge.
Yes.
51 First Avenue. Pull up. It's happening it starts at 7. It's from 7 to 1 a.m. We are back at Karma.
Yes.
You know, we got to reset the mood and shit like that.
Yes.
Again, that light back there represents my man Woody. He's here with us. But now we gotta kind of shake a lot of that stuff off. He wouldn't want us to be down. He wouldn't want us to be somber. He would want us creating. He'll want us on the motherfucking grind.
Yes.
He'll want us pushing forward, doing what he do. So we back right now. We back
like cornrows.
I'm right now. I'm feeling Drake-ish.
Hey.
Pause.
Long as it's not with, what's her name? Big Red.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm in that type of energy right now.
Right.
That album, I listen to it. Don't really care about it. I'm gonna listen to it though. I'm a person who likes Drake's music, so I'm not gonna say a Drake fan. I'm a fan of Sade, but I'm a Drake. I'm a person who likes Drake's music, and he got a new song out right now that I've been listening to for the past couple of days. It's called 8 a.m. in Charlotte, man.
Yeah,
okay. And that shit is fire.
Yeah.
Whoever said that is not is lying.
It's funny
to it
because on my part-time joint, I do Lyft, and I met a woman, and I was showing my material, my song, and she even commented on Drake. I listen to it all the time in the barbershop, so I wound up tuning out. I ain't gonna hold you. There's only one song out of Drake album, and I'm sorry, but with J. Cole, that's really the hype one. Like
him and J. Cole.
Yeah.
J. Cole smoked his boots. And he switched the beat up. I did hear that one. Let me repeat
Let me change my verse.
J. Cole smoked that Canadian out the fucking water, blew a motherfucking new cartridge in that mulatto brother. And then mulatto brother had to switch the beat up and get on some Memphis shit.
Yeah.
If you didn't get on, and I'm a person who likes Drake music, but a penny is a penny and a nickel is a nickel. And that Toronto native or whatever he calls himself.
That's it.
I mean, cannot fuck with motherfucking J. Cole.
J.
Cole smoked them.
Of course.
What you gonna say?
I totally agree. Like, I listen to J. Cole. It's like I said, some Drake songs is cool. I like some of Drake's songs, but it gets emotional. I can't listen to that. You know what I'm saying?
Emotional. Sometimes.
I work with a Virgo too, man.
Shout out to Drake for having all them #1 hits on the Billboard. Definitely. At one time from the album himself.
Yo, the reason why I like Drake music, because when I first came home from prison, dudes had me fucked up on Drake. I'm not gonna lie. My people was just like, fuck that nigga. Yo, his shit is whack. He's always singing to the bitches. He's all this stuff. And no lie to you, they got me for about 3 years. I'm gonna say 2 years.
2 years.
I was really anti-Drake. I didn't listen to shit. Then one day, my man Sinatra, I can remember when I first heard the song. If I'm not mistaken, I was with Sinatra. And he put this shit on, man, 6 a.m. in Toronto.
Yeah.
The first 6 a.m. shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. The lyrics was hard, pause. The lyrics was hard. The lyrics was hard, pause. And I never heard Drake flow like that. And come to find out, pause, later I find out in hindsight, I find out that he was dissing Pusha T.
Really?
Word.
Man's in them.
So if you listen to the song, you could hear the innuendos. And let me just say this. I really practiced for a long time to not fuck that word up. I usually do. So I got to say it a little bit slower than I say other words. And when you hear me slow down, that's usually me thinking and me not wanting to sound like I usually sound, which is speaking fast. I'm on my Barack Obama shit. I'm on my Barack Obama shit.
But yo, what Pusha T though, bro? Like, what's the whole beef with that, bro? That's crazy.
You can look it up. You can look it up. Shout out to Pusha T.
Yes.
Shout out to Pusha T. Because I fucks with his music too.
Good music.
You know what I mean? Oh, he's not good music.
No, but he does good music.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I know that. I know the situation he was in though. Yeah, but that wasn't a good situation.
It don't sound like it.
He
No
got-
wonder
he got good
I
music.
be stopped hearing Pusha T. Listen, man, I'm old. I'm in my own lane. I just do
Oh, all
my own
right.
shit.
I
So
thought you about to say I'm
far-
old. I'm about to say,
No.
brother.
But like, listen, when it comes to music, man, like music for me was just only picking up like whatever I felt in my spirit. So I may like some things about with Pusha T and good music, and then some that I'm like not really. I don't even want to follow it. Don't even want to pay attention to it.
Well, he
All right,
he good.
all right.
He good. He
You know what I'm
good.
saying?
Give me one
What's up?
Pusha T song that you don't like.
That I don't like. Oh man, that's a good question because I wouldn't if I didn't like it, I wouldn't remember it.
That is true. That is true. That was a
like
great
Pusha
answer.
music.
That was a great answer.
I like pushing.
But I do, you know, the Virgo in me. When there's something I don't like, I tend to remember. I tend to remember the things I don't like. Yeah, I don't like women who give oral with their teeth.
Okay.
I can truly remember every time a person did that, and I'm like,
Shorties, I hope y'all taking notes.
I'm like, I can't.
Shorties,
fuck with
please.
that.
I can't fuck with
No lie to you. Whenever if Mav say he don't want some knowledge from a girl, you're almost like blacklisted in my mind.
Like you are.
Like yeah, that's like you know.
Word.
You ain't the
You
top of the
are
class.
at the back of the black
There you go.
of the black book, and your name don't start with Z.
And you don't have enough stars next to it.
Yeah,
Can't do it. Gotta go.
yeah. We don't want that service. So yeah, so I tend to remember a lot of things that I don't like. I don't like cereal Flintstones Fruity Pebbles.
Oh nah,
Nah, that
nobody
shit was
like
too
that.
sugary, bro.
I threw up when I was a child.
It turned into paste and
Especially
milk.
when you add the milk into that shit and it's like,
I will never forget the awful taste. Pause.
Hey yo,
And I probably was like 5 or 6 years old. But if you don't know, food memory is one of the strongest memories that you have. You remember what something that got you fucked up,
and you
remember bad smells.
yeah.
Word.
Smell, and you remember
Well, you smell.
good smell. So that's one of them nerdy facts that I had.
Don't tell nobody.
So yeah,
That was a jewel. That was a gem. Like for
Yeah.
everybody to start meditating and going into the deep consciousness.
Like, let me hold on.
that's a fact. Speaking of deep consciousness, Jada Pinkett.
I think she see that now.
Jada Pinkett says in her new book, I don't know if it's autobiography or biography.
She wrote a book already.
Bro.
Yeah, and
Trying.
she says in her book she sold crack back in the days.
I don't believe that.
She also said Tupac allegedly proposed to her.
Nah.
And she also says her and Will Smith has been broken up for over 7 years, over 6 years.
Will kind of agreed to that too.
So-
He had mentioned things like he had mentioned that, but they were working it together, and then that's that whole putting himself out there talking about their whole life.
They was co-parenting for 7 years. That's what you trying to say?
And he smacked another guy
Over that?
over his
Wife?
What's the word when they're not together?
They're estranged?
Yeah. His estranged wife.
Come on. He
Or
went
he'll
hard
make
for-
him slap another person.
Pause.
If
He went hard for her.
If
Pause.
you
I ain't
never,
gonna do that.
if you're not fucking with her,
Exactly.
and what
It
will
was
make
like,
you
Will,
go?
you don't stand up for me. You don't stand up for me at all, Will, when they talk bad about me.
I'm gonna say this. I think it's a hoax.
Yeah.
In all factors.
Oh, yeah.
She's a Virgo, and she's a female Virgo, which I'm sorry to say this to my Virgo women.
Let him know.
Y'all are different.
Word.
So I'm gonna say this to the crack
Forgive me on that.
selling,
The crack selling Jada.
The crack selling Jada. What you say?
What? The crack selling Jada? I'm going to tell her, stay out the streets, stay in school. Crack is whack. That's
Or what you say to the story? Do you believe or not
Nah, I
believe?
don't believe that. I don't
Okay.
believe that.
I don't believe that
I don't
either.
believe that.
I said that's the first thing
I don't
said.
believe that.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that.
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
If she was selling crack, it wasn't drugs.
Nah.
In Baltimore, they notorious for that pee.
That pay.
But I'm gonna say, Math does not believe that bullshit. She talking about she pulled out switchblades and robberies and stuff like that.
She probably was referring to that movie with the Wayans brothers, one of the older Wayans brothers.
or
Remember that
set
one?
it off.
Jada Pinkett went to a performing arts school. Where was
with
the
Tupac.
gangster in there?
Or Tupac,
They
and
was-
she went to school.
Ballet dancing.
Now the whole thing about Tupac and proposing to her, I mean, potentially it could be true, but
it
at the
could've
same
been.
time, this is why I could say it could potentially be true because Will was jealous of him, and so you know what I'm saying. That's
she
why he
feeding
went
off
hard.
of that. She feeding off of that to be like, yo, I'm a, egg him on or something. Like, yo,
But it also could be a
Tupac.
host. It could also be a host because
Of course.
when was the last? I mean, besides she did with Men in Black and some other movies, Nutty Professor with Eddie Murphy and all of them. Other than that, I feel like for her losing her hair or call it for whatever it is,
she
and
says
then
alopecia.
and the whole situation with her life and personal life, that you're being open to that and trying to put that like, oh, it's a good thing. No, it's not a good thing because y'all making a show out of it. And y'all making a show out of it, y'all want to make content over it. That means you need the attention. That also means you need money. I mean, they got money and all, but for the problems,
I don't know if they got money. I'm not their accountant. Everybody can look good on the outside, but you ain't got no chairs inside.
But at the same time, when you put it out there, it's
of course.
it's immediate.
But
you know?
that's a part of the ploy for she did all this to say what? I got a book coming out.
Bro, I don't believe
Things like
shit.
that. Come on, she sell everything.
So do
Pause.
you believe? So do you believe that Tupac proposed to her?
Man, nah,
Rod?
Nah, I don't think he proposed to her.
That's a nay.
He probably said he loved her.
Yeah.
At some point, if he was trying to get some nookie, but after other than that, nah, he ain't say he
That's a
gonna
nay.
marry her.
Nah.
That's a nay.
Nah.
Here's my opinion on the Jada and Tupac proposal. I'm going to say, because I seen a video on social media, on YouTube, which is God. I seen it on YouTube. It's real.
It's real.
I'm fucking with you. But on YouTube, I seen that the time period that she says he proposed to her, he was already engaged
Exactly. Yep.
to be married.
Mm-hmm.
He's only on Rikers Island for a short period of time. He gets married up north, and then is married for 10 months, and then gets annulled when he comes home. But during the time that he goes up north, She moves out to California and starts dealing with Will. So people are saying through timeline that timeline can't be true.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Maybe she was trying.
I know some women that could attest to this in my story. I don't want to say no names, but I know there's women in my story that can attest to me proposing to two different women
At the same time.
at the goddamn same time.
You the man.
Now, I'm going to say this, and I don't want to go into no details of who these people are. But when they seen each other face to face, they both mentioned that I proposed to either or, to both. So,
You the man.
Nah,
Not
it
at
wasn't
all.
a good thing for me. It wasn't good for me.
That's not good.
Make a long story short, said woman cheats with said friend.
Oh man. It's over.
And so let me say this.
It was over from the
Let me say this.
beginning.
It was over before that.
Yeah.
I didn't find out into prison. I didn't find out into prison. That is more into in hindsight. type of thing.
Exactly.
So it wasn't gonna work in that in that realm.
There was no coming back from that.
No.
It was
So shout out to her.
and her.
And her.
No. And shout out to my man. You know who you are.
Oh.
You are. I don't hide nothing. You know this is
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So yeah, that's a 41. But you know.
You know who you are,
Speaking
Cleveland.
of funny shit, have you seen these funny, ugly ass police cars that is now on the road
Like Christmas
for
trees.
2023?
You got new stripes.
Bro.
New
New stripes.
I thought it
green
was
stuff.
New York City's parks recreation. And I'm over here speeding. And I'm like, wait. That's not in New. Oh, it's the pole. Oh, wow, it's the real ones. They changed the color. That was crazy. I'm telling you, it looked like straight up the NYC recreations, the park vans and all that.
Definitely. Oh,
That was wild.
what it said? I can't even read it.
It said lie detector said that was a lie.
Ah man.
That's so 1718 Collective said Jada Pinkett, that's a fourth.
That's it.
I mean so another opinion is that she's lying.
She lying.
And you know what? Pardon me. So they cutting again. DJ started cutting again. You know, the Virgo woman, again, I must say, is very different. You know,
Meticulous.
it's real.
The way they do things is meticulous. I'm telling you, boy.
It's real funny. And I don't know what we just talking about just now. What was you talking about just now?
Well, we were talking about Jay.
Oh no, but the police cars.
The police cars.
Sidebar.
Park department.
This episode is going to different places. Police car, remember?
Okay.
But Jada Pinkett, to the people who like Jada Pinkett, I don't get it. Like body wise, looks wise. Now Jada Pinkett, different world. Jada Pinkett Red Desk looks like, I don't want to say no negative name, right? It looks crazy. It looks crazy, and I'm not. I gotta stop saying. I'm not gonna lie. I think I said it just now. I wasn't saying it earlier. I hope, but Jada. I don't get it. I don't. That's the one. Will could bone anything, and he's into her, and she's so not into him. She's so not into him.
I think
she shows that.
they stopped being married when they shut down that Scientology church thing. Because they had nothing else to agree on no more after that.
I have a conspiracy theory.
Gotcha.
What's that?
Conspiracy theory is they're together, they still together.
Mm-hmm.
Book sales. Can we act like it's bullshit? Yeah, we can act like it's bullshit. And ta-da.
There you go.
You know, I don't know. You did not hear that from me.
I don't know.
Back to the police cars. You're
Police
riding.
cars.
You thought you saw a Forest Park. You thought you saw the Yogi Bears guys chasing you.
Hey, yo.
Or you was running past them.
For real, bro. I'm telling you, I was on a 25. I'm doing 40, 45, wilding out. Passing one of them recreational park. Whoop. Oh, you're a cop. Oh, I'm in chill now. And I just seen him. I was like, what happened to the black and blue? Or the white and blue? And all like, what happened to that? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
What do the white and blue actually stand for? I don't know. I'm asking. Because I think the green now stands for
Community.
no. I think that the car is hybrid. So I think that is like
Going green.
yeah. I think it's that.
It could be that.
I think or they're Canadian Mounties.
Chasing
Don't
foxes.
make fires. Don't make fires in wood, right?
Yeah,
No wood fires.
Yeah,
I'm-
they don't police, so what else they gonna do?
For real.
Are they going to change the correction car?
The buses?
That
Yo, that shit looks
orange
sad.
and that orange and blue and white needs an update too.
Yeah.
They probably going to add yellow. Since they added green
Nah.
to blue and white,
Nah, it's
they
gotta be
probably
yellow.
gonna add some other nasty ass color to their shit.
Yeah.
I hope the correction van be as ugly as the Scooby-Doo van.
It'd be purple.
Yeah, I hope that
Lavender.
when you see that van, you could spot it from a mile away.
Shit,
You
I
know
don't
what I
be on
mean?
that.
They
Hell
be
no.
like, niggas be
Word.
like, oh shit, that shit looks disgusting. Like,
Like the illest, dirtiest paint color.
yeah,
Bro,
I don't
get
get
away
the,
from you,
I don't
right?
get
Don't
the,
get
I
away
don't,
from that.
I don't get the green thing. Whoever knows anything about why the police changed their color to the green, added green to their police car, let us know. Anybody who knows what the blue and white actually stands for,
Yeah.
please let us know.
That's the same,
and-
you know, not off topic, but we're just about to talk about color and signs and things like that. It's so interesting because the barber symbol, did y'all know what that meant?
What?
So the red, all right, so it
No,
goes,
I think I did. Wait, hold it for a second. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, give us
The nerd in me
The nerd and the
is
weed
blood.
is fighting right now.
Is blood, is cleanness, and it's something else because it comes from the time when of medical. It has to do with medical.
right, barbers were surgeons.
Yeah, it comes from
That's
the
why they
medical.
had the-
And what it was is, I know for a fact that the white, anything when it comes to white and medical, it's supposed to be clean. It's supposed to be clean. But
Right,
you-
clean towels,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
So what's the answer? I just wanted to see if I.
Nah, you had it right. You hit it right there. The
Oh,
red was
you see why they champion? Who wanna rump with me?
Hell, water up.
Yeah. And I just told Danny last night. Back to Danny.
Tell him.
I'm a nerd. And when he didn't know who Malcolm Little was, I said, "Oh, guy,
Yo, my
I'm
guy.
right. I'm a nerd. Just believe me." He like, no,
when challenge
no. He wants to challenge it. But yeah, so
Man.
that's crazy.
You lost
yeah.
that one.
Do you know what speaking of symbols, do you know what the who the people are on the police symbol?
the people.
There's like this, if I'm not mistaken, there's figures on the actual police, not the badge, but the logo for the police.
The
For
NYPD.
New York City Police, there's a logo. And
And
there's
there's
like,
one on one side and one on the other side.
Yeah.
I didn't
forgot
get
what
that
is.
close of a look on it.
if I'm not mistaken, that's supposed to be the slave catchers.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably is.
If I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to be the slave catchers because you know the police
officers.
is based on the people who was catching slaves. There was no police until the slaves go on a run.
That's
They deputized or started making people officers.
Wow.
I might be wrong on that.
To catch slaves.
I just made it up.
Shout out to KRS-One, Ossiphus.
I don't know why I made that up, but what I want to say is I read so much that
probably
it
missed it.
becomes one thing to me. So I'm looking at the police. I'm looking at the police and the correction. So it might be the correction. That's when they get locked up. So both of them are
the
both some foul shit, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, it's so wild how back in the days how us people lived. You know what I'm saying? Back in those times, it's so wild.
Had to survive with them times.
If you was a slave,
Listen.
here's a great question. I think it's a established question. If you was a slave, would you be a house nigga, a field nigga, or a runaway slave?
I'll be the field.
You be the field.
I'll be the field.
What about you, Rod?
I think I would probably be the motherfucking driver. Is he a part of the house niggas? Because, you know, I ain't with all that walking shit. All that working in the heat shit. Y'all motherfuckers that gave up y'all right. I'm good. Let me get some more sweet tea. Let me get some.
I get some of that pig feet.
Get some pig
So
feet.
me, everybody's spirit is different,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Everybody's spirit is different. My spirit is definitely runaway slave. I actually have it tattooed on me. Like that.
Harriet
I have
Tubman.
a slave breaking
Chains.
the chains, and it's a sign of the maroon. And the maroon is a group of West Indian blacks that ran away from slavery, and some of them actually made it back to Africa, and they lived. I'm not going to say where because I might be off. I'm thinking Liberia because that's where Marcus Garvey went, but it was the reason why he went there. Their leader, I might be wrong on that. If you, in the chat, let me know. We have some people from Brooklyn Tech watching.
Yeah.
Maybe
Smarties.
they'll let us know. But the Maroons made it back to Africa. Their leader name was Nana. So when you hear somebody call their grandmother Nana, that was the leader of the Maroons. If you watch the Childish Gambino video, This Is America, highlighted things that you need to focus on in the video with the color maroon around it. So remember I said that. So if you watch the video again, the color maroon is in specific places of the video. So yeah, it's the Maroons, and it's Jamaicans that ran away from West Indians that ran away from Africa and actually made it back to Africa. Nana made it back to Africa, and they started their own shit in Africa. So
That's it.
the
Boy,
Maroons.
back to
I'm
the
a runaway slave type of motherfucker. What's her name? I feel so bad for even saying. What's her name?
What's her name? Harriet?
Harriet Tubman,
Man.
which I don't know what story is true of her when it comes to these television shows and movies.
Exactly.
But the television show about Harriet Tubman was a great show. It was on Amazon. But yeah, so yeah, I'll be a runaway slave. I just had to ask that. It's funny because you was truthful, and the reason why I say that is because a lot of people say, "Oh man, I would have been out and all that shit, or I would have been doing this and this and that." The reality is, most people didn't run away, right? The reality is, motherfuckers is living in America now, and shit began done dirty in the form of so many things.
Yeah.
On the police, on working for jobs where they getting chump change for. Slavery never died. So there are people who are still enslaved. They're just not on paper called slaves.
Correct.
But the mentality, the business, the structure is still slave structure. So on that note, man,
That's the Matrix, bro. That's what the old people you hear on social media and all that. The Matrix, bring out the Matrix, and
the Matrix.
He's falling.
Like,
He's falling.
bro, that's a big fan.
The Ghost in the Matrix. That's my
it.
nickname. Before we get out of here,
But could I just say my feedback on why I chose that? Because if I was already born into slavery, right? Like that's just something to do. It's like, oh, this is what it is. But breaking to the whole Matrix situation, I would have studied the field. I would have studied what comes in, what goes out. I would have played the fool. So then I would have run away. I would have planned it. You feel what I'm saying?
That was a lot of.
But you ever watched Kuta Kente? I was scared of that shit, bro.
I never watched that.
Yo, bro.
Nobody watched Roots?
He tried to run so many times to where they chopped his foot off. They chopped his foot off. He couldn't run, but he still found.
He still tried to run.
And let me just say that's what you call programming.
That's a big fact.
At its best, because I never watched it, and I never thought about my foot getting chopped off if I had to run. So that's definitely a seed being planted. So that's why that movie was so.
Guess where it was played at?
So big.
Guess where it was played at?
Where?
School.
They played it in prison too. They played it in prison too. I'm not gonna lie to you. I watched Shaka Zulu. I watched Sankofa, but I never watched Roots. And come to find out, allegedly, they said that either Alex Haley stole that story or he was lying. I definitely read that somewhere. I read a million books in my life. I'm exaggerating. I read a lot of books in my life, so sometimes I be pulling information from it. This is not from the internet. I be pulling information, but it's so much information in my head, that I forget where it comes from, where it derives from. But I definitely read that in a few places that either he stole that story from someone or he lied. That's not his story. If I'm not mistaken, that's supposed to be his story, his family story. That's how he portrays it. It's supposed to be how he found, like it's him. He had traced his roots back or whatever. So yeah. So
S.STREET.com.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, man, shout out to my whole S.STREET Media tribe.
Shout out.
1718 Collective, Get Fed Records, The Vandu Album, Made for Kings, Styled by Poverty, Grindhard TV, aka Promotions, COD Music, Wild Kingdom, Entertainment, Frontline Records. I could keep going off the top of my head of many businesses. Shout out to my man, partner self, City Life Entertainment.
Yes.
Who came through to Free Guard's event on Wednesday at Karma. We will be working. Shout out to Debonair and the City Life, my City Life bros. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Not subscribing is really whack and like real just cornball behavior. Real ungentlemanlike. Ungentlemanlike. Yeah, we gentlemen's over here.
Yes.
And you know, humbly,
So, gentlemanly telling you.
gentlemanly, subscribe to the channel. We
Yes.
got some dope shit. We, you know, our brother's not here no more. You know, rest in peace, Spazer. Rest in peace, Woody. Rest in peace, EMP2. Rest in peace to the man on the
Yes.
couch. Rest in peace to my man, the Puerto Rican Ed
McMahon.
McMahon. I'm not gonna lie to you. This was hard even doing this episode.
Yeah.
This was hard doing this episode. But I wanted my man Fresh to pull up to the spot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, appreciate y'all having me here.
Definitely.
Hey, yo, Fresh, if they wanted to find out where they wanted to find you and what you're doing, following your movement, where can they go?
Right now, y'all just keep connected, keep tabs what I'm doing on Instagram right now. I have a Facebook, but I'm more promoted on Instagram at Mr.E.R.Mendez. Again, that's Mr.E.R.Mendez. All right, and then I'm gonna be posting up some stuff, getting things together, just like how I build music and just like I build my clientele. I'm building everything in life. You know what I'm saying? So it's a brick by brick project.
Definitely.
So stay tuned.
Definitely.
And you never said the 3 titles of the song of the album.
Because I wasn't really thinking about the album. You gotta hold me to that. You gotta hold me accountable.
All right.
To that.
Gotcha.
Last question, man. If you're going out of the music you have already, is there going to be any visuals to it?
Absolutely. The first visual is going to be which I'm going to perform tomorrow for the very first time in front of people. I performed only the 2 songs so far. I didn't throw a lot of other materials that I had because they weren't final. But winning in Cold Memory, I felt like that was a start of like, let me put myself out there. Let me get some type of ears going. I know it's not the type of sound that we hear every single day, but it was if I was getting great feedback from family and friends and whatnot, and I also gotten people feedback on some like, yo, you inspire me. You inspire me. That means a lot. You know what I'm saying? So this new song that I'm going to be performing, that's going to be the catapult to the next step, next endeavors.
What's the name of the song?
It's called Thoughts.
Thoughts. All right.
It's called Thoughts.
Any shout outs you want to give to your people? Anybody you want to say what's up to?
First off, man, like shout out to S.STREET Media even opening their doors. You know what I'm saying? It could be easy, but like you know how people be so busy, and they like and it coming to meet great people again. Shout out to Woody. And he SIP, sleep in peace and whatnot. I know he's up there waiting for me. I'll go smoke a joint with him. I ain't smoke a joint with him yet. You feel me? But shout out to my family, all my family out in VA, New York, in the Bronx, Allenton Ave, Burke Ave, Gun Hill Road. You feel what I'm saying? Family, my barbershop family. Shout out to them. Shout out to Tricks producer, Aston Dollars.
Right.
My boy Pop. Shout out to my boy RG who opened up for Flow Rider. Shout out to Dinko Dink that I wound up getting connected with just the other day. Dinko Dink.
Dinko D?
Yeah. You know,
About Lord, News of the
Dinko Scenario. Yeah, News School. I call him Dinko Dink.
We was with the guard about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came through. My fault, Dink. My fault, Dink.
Dinko D.
Because I got my other family's name is Dink, and that's how I look at him as family. Either way, Dinko D. I want to get introduced to him for somebody, again, closed mouth don't get fed. A good brother of mine that just came to the barbershop, he was talking about the old style of music. He was like, if you're gonna do hip hop, if you're gonna do some type of music, you have to go back to where the music where hip hop began.
Oh,
We're talking about the 1970s.
doing your homework. That's it.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what he got so passionate about. So I showed him my song. He was like, I like it. Hold on. He knows a person personally. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, I believe too. I see it. I'm a type of person. You feel me?
Got you.
But he talked to D, and I want to meet him in person. And hopefully, shout out to him again. We worked something out together too. Again, a closed mouth don't get fed. if we don't put ourselves out there, how will you expect to even grow and be where you want to be? Manifest your dreams, manifest your ideas, your talents. Because again, life is too short. Life is never promised, as my great grandmother always said, and it's a living proof. So while you still have life, while you still got something in you, while you still have this whatever it is you want to express, put it out there, do it. And if you don't, it's not for the people. It's really for yourself. And that's what I do with my music. I do it for myself. But I also want to continue and pass the baton. Pass the baton. You feel what I'm saying? So Thoughts is definitely going to be the first image. Again, that was inspired by a breakup that I had. Inspired by a breakup I had. So, I would look forward. If y'all going to be there tomorrow, y'all going to see it. I hope y'all enjoy it.
Got you. Good looking, bro.
Yo, on that, also speaking about Danko D. Last time I see Danko D, he see me barking on this bitch saying, "Get the fuck out of my face! The fuck out of my face!"
I remember that.
And then when she left, he is like, "You know, God, she was bothering me. She was bothering me." Yeah, that's the last time I see Danko D.
Yep.
I like, tell this bitch, get out of my face.
Yo, that's crazy. Crazy.
That's a Kodak moment right there.
That was me turning green.
Turning green. And he was slowly turning pulls.
Yeah, I like, tell this bitch, get out my face.
Tell her go.
Tell this bitch to shut the fuck up and get out my face.
Loud, boy.
You're making me uncomfortable. I said that first before I even screamed at I said, please leave me alone. You're making me uncomfortable. Get the fuck out my face.
He did. He was like, he said, please go away. Go away. You don't want to see me go away.
I said, let's get the fuck out my face.
Everybody turn around. The whole, like, he could have shut down 42nd Street with that, the way he up, boy.
Yeah, shout out to La Nina.
Yes.
Shout out to La Nina and the Lower East Side.
Yes.
And that bitch that was in my face.
Shit.
Yeah. Shout out to her too, man. Yeah. Yo, you can find us, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
S.STREET Media. Subscribe to our Instagram page at S_street_media. We also have another page by Skulls Street
Media.
No. It's Skulls Street.
Gold Street, yeah.
It might be Skulls Street Media.
Yeah.
It's no hyphen, whatever the underscores. There's no underscores in between it. It's straight Skull. It might be Skull Street Media, which is actually Skull Street Media Radio. Oh, I forgot about this. Yeah. Shout out to Finland. Finland been giving us love.
They like
more than
us.
America. You know what that means? Finland is watching us more than our family.
Yo.
That's bad, but it's good.
They doing their homework on us.
That's good. Shout out to Finland.
Finland, what up, baby?
Shout out to Finland. We might be doing a tour in a little while. I'm lying.
In Finland.
But that's the plan.
That's the whole plan.
That is the plan. We going to Finland. That's the plan.
That's the
We
plan.
going to, matter of fact, that's a chant right there. That's the plan.
We going to Finland. That's the plan.
We going to Finland.
Man.
You got to say it like a motherfucking seance.
Like Candy
You got to
Man.
speak that shit into, like Candy Man. So we missed one time then. We going to Finland. Yeah.
It'd be our luck, the lights go out.
I was like, oh, and that nigga and that black guy from the original Candyman was scared.
Oh, man.
You know why?
I
Not
hate
because
that.
he was doing horror, because he remind me of most of black people's stepfathers. They was beating niggas' ass.
They look like the
niggas
niggas.
look like kids. Get away!
Like them baby boy ass niggas.
Get the belt, nigga.
Who told you could beat me.
He looked like he was beating up a lot of black women in the 70s, man. Yeah. Shout out to Candy Man. The new one I didn't see, but to me, it looked type trash.
Could be.
It looked type trash.
I
ain't see it.
I ain't see it at all.
You know why Candy Man was dope? Because there was a real nigga who killed
A real
children.
nigga.
Not no motherfucking ghost came into him.
No mask on the
They
nigga.
made it like Jason 10.
For real.
Put that nigga in space next. They gonna have Candy Man in Detroit next week. Fuck out of here. We out of here. Thank y'all for checking us out. Yo, Fetty, where they can find you at?
Yo, you can find me at Get Fed Records on Instagram and Get Fetty on Facebook, and you could tap into S.STREET Media. There you go.
Yeah, you can catch me at the dispensary, aka the weed spot.
There you go.
Peace.
Peace.